What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and here is why Nintendo is not worried about the Xbox Series X and S and also the PlayStation 5. When we go over these numbers, what you're going to see is something that is pretty remarkable, and it's something that I've been harping on for quite some time now on the channel. I've talked about Nintendo's secret weapons, what they can do, software, how they're going to be able to compete with much more powerful systems, and the gimmick of the Nintendo Switch, what it does, how it sets itself apart, the software that it offers. All of it ties into it, but these numbers that we're going to go over pretty much confirms what I've been saying, that there is room for Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo to do extremely well, very much like the 7th generation systems with the Wii, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. So right out of Washington with Nintendo, they talked about the MPD sales for October 2020, and they achieved something that hasn't been done since the Nintendo Wii back in 2008. It's actually pretty insane to see some of these numbers. So with growth of 136% when compared to the same month in 2009, the Nintendo Switch family of systems saw its strongest October yet, with more than 735,000 units sold between Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite in the US, according to the numbers provided by MPD. The October 2020 sales of the Nintendo Switch are the second highest October sales of any video game console in history, only outdone by the 807,000 units sold of the Nintendo Wii system back in October 2008. October continues a record-setting streak for Nintendo Switch as the best-selling video game console for 23 consecutive months, the most months in a row for any video game console since MPD started tracking sales numbers. Nintendo Switch has sold more than 22.5 million units in the US according to MPD, and according to internal Nintendo data, Nintendo Switch has sold in more than 63 million units worldwide. Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite continue to provide a one-of-a-kind gaming experience on the TV or on the go, allowing holiday shoppers the choice of a video game system that matches their lifestyle, said Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser. Seeing encouraging sales growth like this in the 4th October of Nintendo Switch proves to us that the system has many more years and great games yet to come. Now, recent releases on the Nintendo Switch include Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which has been boosting sales and sold over 5 million copies according to Nintendo, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which had a great debut across the United States and also in Europe and Japan, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which had the highest sales numbers in Japan for a Pikmin franchise ever, and the upcoming Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which has been tracking on Amazon's best sellers since pre-orders went live. Now, additionally, Nintendo Switch is home to a wide variety of games for all types of players, like Animal Crossing New Horizons, which has sold over 26 million units despite being on the market for about half a year. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Odyssey, which is the best-selling 3D Mario game of all time, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is the best-selling Zelda game of all time, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the best-selling fighting game and the best-selling Super Smash Bros. Game of all time. Now, on Black Friday, Nintendo is bundling the Nintendo Switch system with a download code for the digital version of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game, along with a 3-month individual membership to Nintendo Switch Online, the service that lets friends and families play compatible games together online all in one package. The bundle will be available starting on November 22nd at a suggested retail price of $299.99. So very interesting here, man, when it comes down to all the different sales numbers and what's going down. And once again, like Doug Bowser said here, the system has many more years and great games to come, and that's what separates the Nintendo Switch. Consumers have voted with their wallets more so than anything. I think we're going to see a lot of combo packs going on here, right? You have Xbox Series S and a Nintendo Switch. You have a PlayStation 5 and a Nintendo Switch. You have people that just want to play the Nintendo Switch and with the PC. I mean, it works with pretty much anything that you want to do and how you want to configure things, right? So if you're always going to a friend's house, or if you're always going to work and you're on your break, whatever the case is, the Switch Switch will fit and adapt to where you are and what you want to do, and it's instant. It's not the whole, okay, we're going to tether it to a gamepad or remote play or some other type of smart glass or some type of gimmicky type of thing that just creates barriers on top of what you want to do. It's just instant. As soon as you pull it out of that dock, bam, it's ready to go. Or if you just want to roll with the Switch Lite and play that as like your own Game Boy per se, you have it there. So that's the reason why the system is doing so well, combined with the excellent software. Nintendo has just been releasing games after games after games, and their evergreen titles have continued to push the system to the point to where it's not really going to be affected by other more powerful systems. Now, if the Switch was somehow just a standard system with the same power that it has and it couldn't do what it's doing with the games and being able to play anywhere, then they'd probably be running into bigger problems. But that's the thing, it's something different. It offers that different experience along with software that you just can't get anywhere else, so you have to pick it up. And people kind of clown Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and, oh, it's a port and they're doing the same type of bundle and it's $2.99, there's not enough discounts. But I'm guaranteeing you this, that bundle, which I think does now come with the version 2 of the Nintendo Switch with the way better battery life, that is going to be an absolute killer on Black Friday. It is going to be a killer for the holiday shopping sales season, because one, you get that Nintendo Switch Online with it, but also two, it's the best selling game on the Switch. That is the game that a lot of people think about when they think about the Nintendo Switch, is Mario Kart 8. It's Mario Kart. That's always been one of Nintendo's major selling franchises that do extremely well. We saw that with Mario Kart Wii. We saw that with Mario Kart on the 3DS, you know, so I think that it is a perfect bundle for the holiday that's going to get new players to jump in, right? The core players who are thinking about the system, they're going to just pick it up and probably get like Legend of Zelda or get something else, right? But they get that free game with it. But for like the casual consumer or the more casual end consumer that just wants to play a few Nintendo games here and there, or for a younger family member, it's a perfect bundle for them, which is why the bundle has been so popular pretty much every single Black Friday that Nintendo has done it, and it's continued to boost the sales of the Switch year on year on year. So that's incredible to see. But once again, like I talked about here, guys, Nintendo is not worried about the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, because this is October, right? November is when they're going to have their even bigger month, and guess what launches next week, right? Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is out on the 20th. So that's going to be a huge game that's been tracking extremely well when it comes to sales across the world, and people are excited for that game. And I got to preview it myself, and man, it is crazy. That game is going to do very well, and Warriors fans and Legend of Zelda fans, I think, are going to really embrace that type of game heading into the holiday season. It's only going to boost things even more. So once again, this is not a this system versus this system type of thing or that type of video. This is pretty much showing to me that they can all live and operate and sell right alongside each other. I mean, I have all the systems. I got my PlayStation 5 recently. I got my Xbox Series X recently. And they all have their individual strengths and weaknesses and what make them great and what they could work on. And the Nintendo Switch is no exception to that. But it fits perfectly in between these two powerful systems that we do have, that you can sit there, get into these games really quickly, play them anywhere that you want, play some classic games, kind of get back into the flow, old school, or even play Nintendo's top quality software that they do release on the system every single year. So this is incredible to see, and I think that what we're going to see next year from Nintendo is almost kind of like a precursor to the strength of what they do, right, with their unique ideas, because next year it does seem like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will be ready to go. We have Monster Hunter Rise that will be ready to go. We also have Shin Megami Tensei 5 that will be ready to go. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury ready to go next year as well. And that's just those games. There's going to be a lot more. No More Heroes 3. We should hear about Bayonetta 3. I mean, there is Bravely Default 2. There are so many games that are lined up for 2021 on the Switch that you can pretty much only experience on that system as exclusives. Now, it's not going to get a lot of these bigger third-party games that you see that are 100-something gigabytes or whatever the case is. Maybe you'll get cloud versions of those games like we've seen with Control, or even like the leaked Resident Evil 3. but you're going to see some pretty good software that's going to help move a lot of systems and it live alongside the other systems to where everyone can prosper between Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. So that's what I like to see. And I think it's a good thing when Nintendo is doing well in the industry. I think it lifts up everybody, right? When Microsoft, Sony, when anybody's doing well, it creates everybody to get out there, make better games, and step their game up too. So what do you guys think about these sales here when it comes to it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.